Welcome to another episode here on Evolution. Starting off tonight, we have a debut. No other than Lash Legend, NXT Superstar. As you see, accompanied now by Javon Evans, a new partnership here on Evolution. As I was saying, this is her debut. She has yet to make an impact here. We'll see what she can do against her opponent here tonight. And what a way to make a statement. If you're going to make a debut, make it against someone like Nia Jax. Nia Jax is a former Ecw Evolution, the first former women's champion. She has been dominant in this division. Anyone that has stepped in front of her in a solo setting has been, well, it's been a very one-sided matchup to say the least. I will say Lash Legend has a better chance than any other girl. She's big for this women's division. And a big boot attempt there by Nia Jax, miss. But a big elbow. And as I was saying, both women very big, going to take up a lot of the space in the ring tonight. We don't see this very often from the females, but I'm excited to see it. Lash Legend putting in some offense. As I was saying earlier, this is Legend's debut. Legend, a former superstar in NXT and WWE. She's known for her raw power, her raw strength. We'll see if she can bring that into Evolution. And a perfect opponent to test it against. And you saw Javon Evans get up on the apron there. And Lash Legend immediately taking advantage of it. Throwing her into the turnbuckle with no pad. Legend taking the match over. We haven't seen this from Jax very often. She hasn't had her back on the ring very much. And this is where Jax is comfortable, outside the ring. Lifting Legend up and throwing her on the apron. And a big elbow drop. Jax back in her element. Letting the match play out a little bit here. Jax starting to gain her momentum back. But Legend able to get back on her feet. Looking to be thrown into the ring, but she's thrown off the apron. And lifted up. Pure power by Nia Jax. Showing her why she runs this women's division. And throwing her in the ring. Uh-oh. The patented Evolution sledgehammer. Into a pin attempt. Jax Taking over. A big slam. No. Legend able to get out of that damage a little bit, but a big leg drop there by the Samoan. Taking over. Another pin attempt. First one kick out at 2. Sorry, first one kick out at 1. This one a kick out at 2. Next one possibly a kick out at 3. Hopefully not though. Javon Evans bringing a chair into the equation, but Lash Legend takes over with a big slam on Nia Jax's back. The Legend able to gain some momentum here. Speaking of Lash Legend's new partner, Javon Evans, he has been on a tear in the men's division, losing the last of his couple matches, but he easily has one of the craziest arsenals in Evolution. And as you can see, he gave his partner a chair there, and she's using it to her advantage. The champion, the ex-champion on the ground. And reverses. Maybe the chokeslam attempt there. Uh-oh. That could be it. Nia Jax into a pin attempt. That could be it. A leg kick out of 2 by Lash Legend. Chokeslam attempt reversed. Jax running around, trying to avoid the referee a little bit. And throwing Legend right into her. Maybe a distraction. Lash Legend's able to take advantage of it. Into a pin attempt. And a kick out at 1. What a way to start off the night. What a debut here from Lash Legend. Using that sledgehammer that we've seen so many times before here in Evolution. Winning the men's championship and just recently winning FTR, a #1 contenders match that was just recently announced for Summer Survival next week. They will be facing the Hardy Boys. Thanks to that sledgehammer that Legend was able to use to her advantage. Now Nia Jax is on the ground. Legend is up top. A big shoulder drop. Into a pin attempt, but a kick out at 2. Both women with 2 pin attempts and 2 kick out at 2s. A 2 for 2, you could say. Legend with those stairs. Jax slamming her onto him. Nia Jax taking over. Back in her comfort zone. And it's easy to go quiet when Nia Jax is on offense. Her offense is melodical. It speaks for itself. But that doesn't matter. A choke slam onto the ground from Lash Legend. But Nia Jax no-sells it. And Lash Legend says, I'm not going to take that disrespect. Get back on the ground. Maybe a little off script. What a start to this rivalry here. And Lash Legend trying for those stairs again. Able to slam him on Jax's back this time. Jax thrown on the ground. Possibly the beginning of the end here. Legend throwing Jax back into the ring. On the apron. We saw that chokeslam attempt. If a pin attempt is in the future of Lash Legend, that would be smart for her. This could be the end. A big, I don't know what that was, but that was beautiful. You don't see that to Nia Jax too much. And that ends it. What a damn debut for Lash Legend. Wow. If you're going to make a statement, make it against someone like Nia Jax. And just when you thought we couldn't top that last match, we're going to right now. We've got a Dudley Boys tables match for you. Not the tag team division though, just a singles match. However, this is a triple threat match. And to represent the Dudley Boys themselves, Devon Dudley. Ladies and gentlemen, we will address the elephant in the room in 1 second. The story has not been around Dragon Lee these last couple of weeks. It has been around his partner. However, tonight Dragon Lee believes this is a perfect opportunity to make a statement in the men's division. Now, to address the elephant in the room. His partner, long known in Evolution as Mr. Underground, he has officially revealed himself to be Matt Cardona. You know, there was a lot of speculation that it was him and that his mentor, Dragon Lee, he went down to Mexico. He made a big impact on him. And after picking up a win in the last couple weeks, he has now revealed himself here. However, the focus is not on Cardona. It is on Dragon Lee.
From Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds, the Superstar!
The top and up and coming prospect here in Evolution, Javon Evans. We just saw an absolute banger by his newly accompanied partner in Lash Legend. An absolute banger. Back-to-back bangers by them here tonight. Evans starting off early, trying to get some momentum. Nope, reversed here by Dragon Lee. And Devon says, welcome. Welcome to a Dudley Boys tables match. We have not seen any of these competitors other than Devon in a tables match here in Evolution. It'll be interesting here tonight. You know, and we see each of these competitors bringing a teammate alongside them here. We'll see if that has any impact in the match. Evans able to stand tall here early. Able to have the most momentum, looking to build off of Legend's momentum in last match. Slamming Devon there on his back. Dragon Lee reaching for a ghost, getting caught up by Evans. But his partner and Mr. Underground throwing a table. Wow, what a move there by Evans. And it cost him big time. Dragon Lee not standing tall here. Legend just backing away. Man, hard to look past that last match. What a statement in the women's division. What a surprise, too, by Lash Legend, her debut match, getting the win over someone as powerful as Nia Jax. But focusing on the match here, Evans is back up on top. Outside the ring now. And taunting the crowd. Sticking that tongue out saying, come on, that all you got? Wow, what a move by Evans. That's the second time I've said that here tonight. And it won't be the last. Javon got that table now. In control of the match. All he's got to do is put somebody through it. Is Dragon Lee going to be that man? And Devon bringing another table into the equation. Lee reversing. What strength there by Devon throwing the table into the corner. But it leaves Dragon Lee with just enough time to do nothing. Devon back on offense. Gaining some momentum. As I was saying before, Devon Dudley definitely has the most experience in that match. He is going to have to use that here against these up-and-coming rising prospects. Cardano looking to get involved. Taking that turnbuckle pad off. What a move by Dragon Lee. And a super kick. Lee looking to end the match, but Devon Dudley says no. Sorry, tripping up on my words there. What an exciting match we have. RKO out of nowhere. Evans throwing Lee into the corner. Evans been able to do the most damage by far here tonight. But as I was saying, Devon's been taking advantage of those opportunities. It wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Dragon Lee maybe took advantage of the moment right here. No. Never mind. Evans says this is my turn. Time has flown by, a 7-minute banger here already. Evans standing tall once again. Standing Devon up. Looking to end the match. Could this be it? Lee needs to do something right now. No! Evans! Winning the match. I don't think anyone is shocked, but the Dudley boys have yet to win in their own match. Really struggling to start out here in Evolution. Young prospects starting to make a name for themselves. And that right there has been the story so far on here on Evolution. Goosebumps. That's what I get when this man enters the arena. Karrion Kross, everybody. Your Evolution #1 pick. Such a high upside for this man here. Bringing alongside his wife, Scarlett. But we have yet to see make an impact in the women's division. But I'll be damned if she hasn't made an impact in the men's. And as I just said, Karrion Kross was such a high upside. Coming for that belt of his opponent, Christian Cage. His longtime friend, Adam Copeland, has that belt that Karrion Kross wants so dearly.
I just want all of the money. You know what I said? I gotta get the and his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Christian. I spoke. I wanna make some dough because I'm sick of being broke. I will start some buckets if someone tries to close out.
Some real aura is starting to surround this man, Christian Cage. Like I said before, brought out with longtime friend, men's ECW World Champion, Adam Copeland, also known as Edge. No introduction needed for either of these men. Surprisingly, Karrion Kross and Christian Cage have not seen each other yet here in Evolution. ECW rules here tonight. This is going to be a bloody one, I guarantee it. No implications on the line. Just Cage protecting his friend's name. One of my favorite theme songs here on ECW Evolution. Drop in the comments what your favorite theme song is. Here we go. No implications, just blood. Cage trying to throw a cross outside the ring early. Not going anywhere. Putting Karrion on the apron. Slamming him on his back. You know, and we saw Cage losing his last match against Kenny Omega. He's absolutely pissed about that. And you can see it already early. But Kross getting into the mind of Cage. Trying to throw him into the ring. And Kross takes over. Using those fists as he has so many times before to the face of his opponents. Busting up so many of his opponents. If I'm not mistaken, Kross has been in 2 triple threat matches already here in Evolution. I know of at least one, and I know he busted up both of his opponents in that match. But Cage says no way. So many superstars coming for that belt of Adam Copeland. But before they get to him, they have to get through Christian Cage. And Kross with a roll-up attempt. Hurley. No. A roll-up attempt by Christian Cage. What a segment there by those two. Adam Copeland whispering into the ear of Karrion Kross. We saw that tactic used by Karrion last match. Very smart by Cage here. You can see he watched film. Cage saying, I want to be in a Dudley Boys match. Setting up a table. And a big suplex. Cage taunting his opponent. Cheering the crowd. Spear. Cross is stunned on the ground outside on the apron, or on the mat. I'm sorry. Throwing his opponent. Cross in the middle of the ring. Hasn't been able to do too much tonight. Really wanting that belt, but not proving it at all. But Scarlett getting into the mind of Christian Cage there. And that gives time for Cross to recover. Throwing Cage into the ropes. Into a suplex attempt. No! Reversed by Cage. Damn, what a one-sided match here. No, Cross throwing Cage into the ref. Having to get a little cheap there. Uh-oh. Maybe using that table is a factor here. Cage in danger. Thrown through the table. Using the knee. Cage on the ground now. What a match. Carrion able to flip the tides in a big boot. Over the ropes. On to the mat of Christian Cage. Edge needs to help his friend here. We've seen this twice. Christian Cage has been in danger. And Edge is just watch. Scarlett can help out. Why can't Adam Copeland? Boom! A big clothesline by Karrion Kross into a pin attempt. And a kick out at 2. Christian Cage has been thrown into the table. And Karrion Kross has looked to end the match. Here again, into a submission attempt. That's got to be it. Christian Cage looking lifeless here. And Kross throws him off. And we've seen this here before. Straddling his opponent. Beating his face up. Making his case for the strong style division. Adding a little cherries to the ice cream. Kross looking to end it all. No! Cage reverses. Stomping on that toe of Kross. And another spear. That's got to be it. Cage protecting the family name. No! Kross kicks out at 2. What a match. What a card this has been here tonight. Scarlett here again, sticking up for her husband. Giving Kross time to recover. Again. We've seen it twice. What an addition this has been for Karrion. Bringing his wife along. She has been such a help. Giving Karrion time to distract his opponents in his last 2 matches. And that's been Cage's demise. His opponent hasn't helped. The champion, Adam Copeland, has just watched pretty much all year as his opponent, as his longtime friend has been beat up by his opponents. It's a good thing that Cage is as dangerous as he is. Screen go black as he gets underneath the ring, bringing out that trash can. And slamming Kross's head on it. We've seen this from Christian Cage before. In most of his matches, a weapon is brought out. Cage throwing cross into the ring, looking to end it all. Into a pin attempt. 2 spears on the night for Christian Cage. Let's not forget that. Kick out at 2. Cage can't believe it. We all can't believe it. Big slam onto Cross's back. Maybe a frog splash attempt. A frog splash attempt for Christian Cage into a pin attempt. If Karrion Kross kicks out, he deserves the belt. No. Christian Cage protecting his friend's name. Saying if you want that belt, you gotta come through me first. Bouncing off back-to-back losses with a win here on Evolution. Christian Cage is not a man to mess with. Went together, the Deadly Alliance. Well, they're deadly. They're unstoppable. But Shawn Spears faces a challenge here tonight. A triple threat match for a #1 contender spot for that men's world championship. Shawn Spears will face Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega for a chance at gold here tonight by himself. And just like both of his opponents, this man is coming off a win. And not just a win, a dominant performance, a one-sided performance in his last matchup against Christian Cage. He absolutely deserves that #1 contender spot. This was not handed to him. He has grinded at everything to be where he is at right now. A superstar in New Japan and a superstar in AEW. He is really coming to his own here in Evolution.
We've seen it time and time again here on Evolution. The true main event, Cody Rhodes. And each of his matches, well, they've all been solo matches here so far in Evolution. And there is no other way to give him a challenge than to throw two opponents into the ring with him. I had no other choice. A triple threat match for the #1 contender spot for that men's world championship here at Evolution. Here we go. As I was saying, Cody Rhodes has been dominant one-on-one in this men's division. Arguably the #1 contender. However, Shawn Spears and Kenny Omega both coming off wins. Who's going to take it home here tonight? So hard to do introductions for these men when there's so much to say. Roll-up attempt early by Kenny Omega. Broken up by Shawn Spears. Rhodes lurking in the background, waiting for his turn. But right now, it's Shawn Spears' turn. Slamming Omega on the ropes. And Cody Rhodes taking over. And that's what Cody Rhodes is known to do. Like I said, his opponent looks like he has the upper hand. Time and time again. Cody Rhodes is on the ground. And then out from nowhere, he gets right back on his feet and takes over. Cody Rhodes bringing that signature Dusty drop there. Omega looking to slam Cody into the stairs. But Rhodes is able to get back on his feet. You know, and as all three of these men throw each other around here, it's hard to talk about Shawn Spears because as intimidating as Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes have been, Shawn Spears has been on an absolute tear in this men's division. Hold on, timeout. Maybe a slam attempt onto the table. I need to shut up. It ain't about Shawn Spears, it's about Kenny Omega right now. Slamming Cody Rhodes onto the table. And Cody Rhodes says, nope, I'm going to get right back on my feet. And I'll get right back into my story then. As these men, again, throw each other around. Shawn Spears has taken over the dangerous, deadly alliance. He's taken into a place that no one saw them really becoming at the beginning of this season. And he is another man that is absolutely deserving of this spot. The crowd wants it again. They want another table. Omega lurking in the ring. Spears and Rhodes fighting outside. Spears maybe looking for Omega's help, but he doesn't get it. And that costs him. Running knee attempt by Omega. You know, and Rhodes really not taking any damage here tonight. He's been on the ground, but he gets right back up. And Omega listening to the people, grabbing a table. Rhodes punching his opponent with those Rhodes punches. Twist up. Elbow drop. Throwing Spears into Omega, but Omega steps out of the way and that costs him. Maybe should have taken the bump. Spears getting right back on his feet though, focusing on Rhodes. And that cost him. Omega able to take advantage. The Deadly Alliance lurking in the background. Dark Phantom winning his last match against Isaac Swagger in the inaugural underground match. And what a match that was, as Dark Phantom KO'd my Isaac Swagger. And Omega flying over the ropes. Landing on his back. Making a mistake. Leaving time for Shawn Spears. And now Spears has momentum. Ducking Rhodes. Now Rhodes grabbing Spears. So much going on here. All these men want this #1 contender spot so bad. Omega with a big neck breaker there to Shawn Spears, turning the screen black. Leaving time for Rhodes to take over. Never mind. It's so hard for any of these men to get some real consistent offense here, because once one man attacks, another one is just lurking behind. Maybe each man could string a couple finishers here together. And whichever one's left standing on top will get a chance for some gold. Kenny Omega really looking powerful here tonight, though. But that's the story of Cody Rhodes. Like I said, he'll be on the ground, and then this happens right here. I think Spears is the true underdog, but that doesn't mean he doesn't belong here. Spears busted up. That's the first time we see blood here tonight. Coming from Shawn Spears. And tune in next week as one of these men will be fighting for gold, no matter how brutalized their body is. We have some of the best trainers here at Evolution. As I was saying, tune in on Twitch next week to Summer Survival. Replay will be on YouTube and on Twitch as well. Rhodes, a big move onto the neck of Shawn Spears. Leaving time for Omega to hit Rhodes with a big knee and taunting him once again. We've seen that move. We've seen that taunt like 3 times to his opponent tonight. A real mistake. Moonsault to Kenny Omega from Cody Rhodes. Leaving Spears by himself in the middle of the ring with Cody Rhodes. Cody recovering. Calling for his dad's energy. Focusing on Omega. Rhodes gaining some real momentum here. Spears busted up in the middle of the ring. Uh-oh. Here we go. Crossroads. That's it. Spears on the ground. What's Baron Corbin doing here? Taking off that turnbuckle for the 3rd time here tonight. Kenny Omega, come on, man. Take this match seriously. Omega is so cocky. Rhodes trying to get the crowd behind him. No! Wow! What a throw from Shawn Spears, busting Omega with the sledgehammer. And so much lore behind that sledgehammer. Busting Omega up right there. Omega looking to end it all. Taunting his opponent once again. If Sean Spears was smart, yep. But Omega slips out of it. And Rhodes reverses. Doing push-ups there. Am I wrong for feeling like Sean Spears is the only one taking this match seriously right now? Really giving it his all? And the kendo stick brought him to the match. Come on. Punches. Dusty punches. Dirty dusty punches. And a roll up into an elbow from Cody Rhodes onto that bloody face of Kenny Omega. Rhodes is the only one not busted up here. Getting the crowd on his side. The true face of the match. The number one contender. No. Omega. Onto the apron. And Spears. Possibly card of the year here tonight. All 4 matches were a banger. Uh-oh, a pedigree. No. No? Reversed? Into a clothesline. The pedigree attempt was reversed by Sean Spears. Possibly ending the match. That would have been 2 finishers by Sean Spears. Lifting Omega up. A knee to the face of Omega. And Rhodes is up top. Rhodes and Omega teaming up there a little bit. Some New Japan power a little bit. A little bit of tag team action. In the men's World Championship division. Cody Rhodes using the Dangerous Alliance to his advantage. And using that apron to his advantage as well. As I said before, Rhodes the number 1 contender. Maybe some miscommunication. Wow, now all 3 men are busted up. A super kick attempt. Reversed by Omega. Another one. Reversed by Omega again. And Rhodes trying to throw his opponent onto Kenny Omega. Doesn't work out for him. Throws him into Kenny Omega. All 3 men in the middle of the ring here. The beginning of the end for the number 1 contender spot. Cody Rhodes got Kenny Omega on the table. Sean Spears in the way. Out the way. Omega through the table. His body bruised and bloodied. Cody Rhodes. Cross Rhodes for the number 1 contender spot. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes will get a chance for gold. Let's go. Edge and Cody Rhodes. Next week, Summer Survival.